Hey, FLX family, it's Troy this week. Rob has a prior commitment, so you get the supply chain manager here to answer all the questions that I can. I'm not a tech guy, but I'll do my very best. Give you a logistics update, and I see you've already got some questions that people are posting, but let me give you a little logistics update here, and then we'll get to your questions. And we're scheduled for an hour. If we go less, I'm okay with that too. Doing this for the first time, so be kind. Okay, thanks. All right, so US, the basically we've shipped all of the baby makers in the US and Canada that we are going to ship. We have a very small number that are still in the warehouse, about 12 bikes, and those are bikes that people didn't want to swap and have selected to go to an upgrade. We actually have notified a lot of folks that they are going to get a upgrade to a Baby Maker 2, and I think there's another letter going out with the rest. So if you haven't gotten your bike, you either should have or will be getting an update about the Baby Maker 2 upgrade that we're going to be offering in the US and Canada. Touring packages, we've shipped out about 1,500 touring packages in the US and Canada. We've still got a few going out. If you ordered a touring package, didn't get it, contact support. We will make sure you get your touring package. And the biggest mover in the last week or last 2 weeks has been the extra chargers. We've shipped out almost all of the Shopify ordered, the FLX website ordered chargers, and then we are doing the Indiegogo ordered chargers now. We've got about 75% of those shipped out, so you should be seeing those also. We do have other bikes coming. I know I've updated these before, but I've got some better dates. We have another container 27 coming that is currently going to Prince Rupert in Canada, and we'll dock there about the February 13th, and then we'll head for LA Long Beach. That is full of the step through twos, and F5 Tourings, about 200 of those bikes. And then we also have additional C28 and C29 coming that probably about mid-February. New Gladiators, Gladiator 2, and another 188 trails. So a lot of bikes coming to the US. Batteries, I know everybody wants to know about batteries. Batteries are on container 28. So about mid-February, the North American batteries will arrive, and then we will start shipping those out to the US and Canada. For EU, UK, we are getting ready to put out the next address confirmation for planned build 15. That is going to be a little short this week. We're going to have some additional bikes next week. Our manufacturing partner in Spain has been hit pretty hard with COVID. I think people getting together over Christmas and the like kind of depleted their ranks. People got sick and Omicron, and they've been staying home. They're about 20% short of their staff on a weekly basis, but we're sending out notifications for about another 45 bikes probably today. Those will go out, and then there'll be some additional coming either later this week or early next week. So build 14, we've shipped a lot of those bikes. A lot of you folks have already paid your VAT, and we've shipped a ton of those. If you haven't paid your VAT, pay it. We'll get your bike rolling to you immediately. We just shipped out about 30 bikes in the UK last week, and I saw most of those arrived last Friday and Monday of this week. So hopefully a lot of people in the UK are enjoying their baby makers. One of the open things I saw a question already is on the batteries. We are still working on moving the batteries. We'd hope to have them on the water in January, headed for Europe. That didn't happen, and unfortunately we're into Chinese New Year, so it's going to be a few more weeks before those ship. Our apologies. Things are pretty jammed up logistically. If you're following that, we're doing our best. We will. The batteries are going to be on their way. Touring kits. There's actually some good news there. We are in the UK. We're in our final steps of getting set up with FedEx uh, for them to do our fulfillment, for them to be our carrier for the touring packages and the chargers in the UK. They didn't move real fast before Christmas. We've been working on this one for a while, but with the Christmas holiday and everything else that was going on, it just really didn't happen. Now after the new year, they've kind of sped things up, and we should have that set up probably by the end of this week. And we've already notified the our warehouse so they can set up the shipping mode, and we can get a bunch of touring packages and chargers out in the UK. We have a carrier or a 3PL that is preparing a contract for us in the EU. Also, we've had some issues in the EU because, well, basically, we have people who want to deliver our stuff, but no one wants to do the picking and labeling and all that. So we've been trying to select a 3PL, since this is kind of we're going to deliver a bunch of these at one time, and then the business kind of falls off pretty heavily in terms of delivering chargers and touring packages. A lot of companies weren't interested in us because they want ongoing business, but we think we have one. They're putting together a contract, and hopefully we'll have those moving very soon. So apologies on that. Europe has been a challenge on that. Batteries also, we're going to move those. I talked about that. We'll move the batteries as soon as Chinese New Year ends. We'll be moving those to Europe and to the UK for fulfillment. Uh, Australia, New Zealand, we have been shipping bikes and the rest of this as GST is paid. Again, the fulfillment in Australia and New Zealand is slow. Just because of the COVID restrictions they have down there, it's been very hard to get carriers to pick things up, and warehouse staff has been kind of in short supply, but things are moving. So if you've paid your GST, your stuff should be on its way. I'm getting information regularly from Fullworks, our fulfillment partner down there, and I see that stuff is moving. I know it isn't moving as fast as a lot of you would like. It's not moving as fast as I would like to see it move either. But again, we're still dealing with a lot of people out because of Omicron and other kind of government things that make it a little tough to have a full staff. So that's kind of logistics update, and we can dive straight into the questions here. Okay, Kevin Haushauer is asking. He said, order 12245. I think he means was bounced for quality some months ago. Support said I should get an update by end of January, but so far nothing. So what we're going to do, normally I'm taking the notes because Rob's doing the show. Alyssa is actually going to be taking notes. We're probably going to have to answer a lot of these offline. I think, Kevin, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if you're in the US or if you're American overseas. I don't recall on this one, but we'll look that one up. I'm not sure exactly what happened. Again, you should have been, if you're in Europe and we have the bike, you should be on SP15. But we'll do a follow up, and we'll contact you and let you know what status is on that. Let's see. Oh, sorry, order was bounced. Okay, he clarified that. Tony K, I've received my baby maker in the UK. Where can I find the instructions to turn off the speed limiter and ride assisted above 15 miles per hour? So Tony, I think if you joined the Baby Maker Owners group on Facebook, I think the information is there. And I think it's probably posted multiple times, but if you go on there and ask people, they can actually give you the instructions on how to do that. I don't know how to do it. I'm not sure we're actually supposed to tell you that, but there are people out there who know how to do it. And if you ask on the Baby Maker Owners group at Facebook, they will answer that question for you. Okay. Hi, Rob or Troy. Just had a reply from Sarah. Said touring kits have arrived at distribution center. Been told this for 3 months now. I stay 4 hours drive from there. Time to level with us. 5224 Scotland. So James, the situation is, and again Scotland. So we are working with FedEx. We're in the final stages of setting that up. We were trying to set that up before Christmas time, and the carriers just they were more involved in trying to fulfill everything for Christmas and weren't interested in setting up a new vendor or a new customer at that time. So we're we're in the last steps of that. And again, I've let our fulfillment partner, Big Web Warehouse, know about that, and they're going to have us set up, and hopefully we're going to have these things moving quickly. So that is the leveling up. It's just been a slow process. The kits are there. Unfortunately, it just haven't had the rest of the supply chain in place to get them, the kind of the last mile to you guys as customers. Bondi Peter says hi. Hi, Bondi. Peter, how you doing? Oh, he's got more. Order 13824. I've not received the invoice for GST payment. I'm wondering if my order has actually shipped. Told due to the lockdown, shipping is slow in Australia. Please advise. So we will take. I'll have Alyssa write down your order number. We'll take a look at that. All of the GST letters were actually generated by us and went out from here. You should have them. Check your spam folder if you haven't already. But we'll take a look at it and we'll find out where your GST is. It won't have been delivered to you, of course, because you haven't paid GST yet. But it should be in the country and ready for delivery. Let's see. Emerald Citizen, is this live actually? It's really happening. So we had to do a little bit of extra technical setup here, but as you can see, we're on. Andre Ulrich, hi Troy. Any news for contribution ID 11887? I did not get an address confirmation letter, and yes, I checked my spam. Can you please help me? Yeah, Andre, we'll take a look at that, and we'll find out where your order is at, and we will advise on what's going on there. If you haven't gotten an address confirmation, again, we're just sending some out today. If you are on SP15, so you may not have it yet, but we'll take a look and we'll get you a response on that. Okay, I guess these go back a little bit before we actually started buffering from live at 2. Okay, we're going to jump forward a little bit. Some folks trying to figure out what was going on YouTube. We actually start the show about 5 minutes early, just to get in queue, and then I go live or Rob goes live at 2 o'clock. So if you saw that, it wasn't buffering. That's just kind of a placeholder to let you know the show is about to start. Uh, Daniel Chartrand says, "Hey guys, hey Daniel, glad you're here." Emerald Citizen, hey Troy, Superman, great to see you. Good to be seen. Emerald Citizen, I have my baby here in Scotland. It's great. I'm just waiting for the touring kit here in the UK. So we are eager to get those to you. I know in the UK, fenders would be very handy, rainy part of the year and all. So again, they are on the way. It's been a longer process than we wanted it to be, but I'm glad you're enjoying your baby maker, and hopefully you're putting some miles on it, and hopefully you're getting some good weather for riding. I was wondering if the touring kits for the UK are going to need VAT payment on them before they ship. So I hope this doesn't confuse people, but if you if you ordered your bike and your touring package together, you've already paid the VAT. We charged it with the bike, so you've paid all your VAT. If you ordered your bike and touring package separately, you got your bike, you only paid VAT on your bike, and you will have to pay VAT on your touring package. So it all depends on if you have one Indigo Indiegogo order or if you have more than one Indiegogo order. So in some cases, people bought a bike, they bought a touring package, they bought an extra battery, they bought an extra charger. They paid VAT on everything in one shot. If you ordered a bike and then you put in a separate order for those other things, then you got your bike, you only paid VAT on your bike, and you will have to pay VAT again on the other items. It all works out the same. The totals work out and the percentages work out, but that's how we did that. Ray Wayno just passed 900 miles on my baby maker, by the way, loving it. That is fantastic, Ray. I don't know if you're posting on social media, but it looks like you're going a lot of places and putting in a lot of miles. Post up, tag us. We love to see this stuff from our riders. I think you'll find that the more you ride it, the more you'll like the bike because you get a better feel for the kind of range you're going to get with the battery based upon the terrain and what you're doing with the pedal assist and we love it. So post up on social media. If you're on social media, tag us. We repost a lot of that stuff because we love to see it. And I hope next time we're on here, you're telling us you're at, who knows, 1,000, 1,200, 1,500 miles. We love seeing that. Emerald Citizen, I can attest that once the VAT is paid, it goes real quick. I paid my VAT and the bike arrived within 3 days. That is our goal. I mean, we're not perfect, and sometimes a couple days may pass, but yeah, we just put a ton of bikes out, and I'm glad you've got it. I hope you're in the saddle and enjoying the time with your bike. Tech question: what are the initial signs that it's time to get a new battery? Less battery life, noticeably less power from the motor, and pedal assist 5, longer charge times. Ray, I am going to defer on that because I don't want to be accused of misinformation. The answer is I honestly don't know. You'll probably see some degradation. My experience has all come from having an electric car for multiple years, and I noticed over time that you did see some degradation in the actual range you can get. But that's one that you may want to ask the Facebook, the baby maker owners, or you may want to come back on in a couple of weeks. We'll probably have Mark on with Rob and ask those questions. He'd be better one to ask that. I don't want to mislead anybody. Troy, can you please repeat the info about SP15? So we are sending out address verifications today for SP15. Because of COVID, they did not quite hit their production numbers at our Spanish manufacturer. So we've only got about 45 or 50 bikes, should be closer to about 75, 80. So not everybody who had a bike on SP15 is going to be getting an address verification just yet. It's about 45 of those bikes. And then we will follow up again, probably late this week, early next week. I talked to Spain 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and we kind of go over the production and where they're at. And they're still working on it, but the bikes that we have ready to go right now, we just put those address verifications out. If you do get an address verification, do us a favor. If your address is wrong, please let us know immediately, because as soon as the bikes are moving and about to distribution, we send out the VAT letters. I'll give you an example from SP14. Unfortunately, someone waited. They moved from the UK to France, I believe, and they didn't tell me until the bike had already been sent to the UK. So I've got someone in France who wants their bike. They moved from the UK to France, and they didn't tell me they were moving until until it was basically too late and the bike was already there. So we'll get the bike for them, but it just makes a lot of extra work, and it just delays them getting their bike, which is unfortunate. So when you get those address verifications, please respond to those immediately. If the address is wrong, if the address is right, you don't have to do anything. You're golden, and your VAT letter will be coming next. Luke, I have not received my baby maker yet in the US. Okay. I don't know if you, without an order number, I can't really tell you much about it. If you want to post it on here and we'll record it and we'll do some follow up, I can do that. I don't know. I don't know how to respond to that. I mean, most people have either gotten their bike or they've gotten an upgrade letter. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what your situation is, but if you want to post up your order number, we'll record it, we'll follow it up, and we'll find out. Andre, already in the news from January 19th, you stated address confirmations will go out end of this week on SP15. I don't recall that. Maybe that would have been, no, it wouldn't have been that one because we weren't even to that point. That was basically would have been SP14. So I'm not sure if we mistyped that or what, but no, SP15. The goal was for it to go out late last week, and it rolled into this week, unfortunately, but definitely not January 19th. Tony K says, "Thanks, Troy. Always, you're welcome." Jan Rosner, hi Troy. Would you mind explaining how an order of a silver 19-inch Pro in the 8,000s is not shipped to EU while lots of bikes with same config up to 13,000s have been shipped a long time ago? I would have to know what your specific order number is. I will tell you that I'm assuming that you've paid your VAT. We do have people who haven't paid their VAT and their bike has not shipped. So I don't know the exact circumstances with your order number. Um, so I'm at a little bit of a loss. Silver 19 Pro. I don't know if it's the same configuration of handlebars. I don't really have a whole lot of enough information to tell you. If you want to post up, I guess I could look you up by name if this is your proper name in Indiegogo, and we'll do some follow up. Okay. Gregory Owens says, "Hi. Hi, Gregory. I hope you've gotten your bike and are riding." Emerald Citizen, brilliant news. I bought my kit at the same time as the bike, so hoping it would be the last of the money going out the door. Yeah, if you bought them together, you're fine. Ray, hey Troy, you missed my first question about Baby Maker 2. Can you circle back to that one? Thanks. Okay, let me scroll up here. 202. Ray, I am not seeing your first message. My apologies. I saw the one about 900 miles. I think that's the first one that actually shows up for me. And then you asked me a tech question about the battery. I don't see another. uh, I'm sorry, Ray. I don't see the question. If you want to repost it, you're more than welcome to, and I'll hit it. I don't see it. Biggie Alex. Hey, I was wondering how long the bikes take to ship out. I ordered mine in June and I'm in New York. So the the answer is the all of the bikes, all of this Gen 1 baby makers, with the exception of a very, very few, have been shipped. If you want to post up your order number, you don't have to do any other identification of yourself. But if you want to post up your order number, I'll do some follow up and we'll figure out where your bike is. But if you don't have it by now, you probably have an upgrade letter from us. If you're in New York, so you're in the U.S., so you should have an upgrade letters from us. But if you want to post up your order number, Biggie Alex, we'll do some follow up and we will find out what's going on. Luke Thomas, ID 12035. Okay. And okay. We'll record that and I'll find out where your bike is, Luke. I assume that I'm assuming you're in the US, but I don't know that, but we'll look it up and we'll figure out where your bike is. Okay. Gregory Owens. Okay, Gregory. Order 911803. Hello, I ordered a baby maker through Klarna on November 10th, 2021. On the Klarna website, they showed FLX canceled my order. So we'll record this one. I'll talk to Sarah about this. I do know that the Klarna orders can expire if they're not renewed. And again, I'm talking about something I don't have a lot of expertise on, but we'll look your order up and we'll find out what's going on with your order, Gregory. Okay. Hi, Troy. My bait maker 12586 was on NL4, but falsely delivered by CrossFlight without return. A new bike was on SP14, now SP15. To date, no new address nor VAT letter. Any heads up? Cheers from Hamburg. Was on NL4, but falsely delivered by CrossFlight without return. I'm not sure exactly what that means. So yeah, that's an awful high number for being on NL4. I'm not saying it's not possible, though, depending on what the configuration is. We'll take a look at that one. Again, you may have gotten a letter from us. We just put some out, but we'll look that up and we'll find out what's on that. I know the address confirmations we just did, there were a bunch of German bikes on there. So it may be that you already have the letter or are receiving it now. Jan Rosner, order number is 8604. No address confirmation, no VAT letter, nothing. Okay. Okay, and you're in the okay. Interesting. Okay, we'll take a look at that. I'm not sure, Jan, what has happened. We'll follow that up. Rob says, looking good, Troy. Okay. I think he's pulling my leg a little bit. So it appears that I was gonna tell you that he wasn't available because he had accidentally locked himself in my car trunk, but apparently the locksmith got him out, and he may be coming in here any moment. So no, Rob had another engagement, and happy to cover for him. I can't do the job that he can, but you do whatever's asked of you, and hopefully doing justice to it. So I know a lot of people have asked a lot of questions, and we're trying to answer them. We'll have to follow up again, because unfortunately I'm the guy who actually has to look all this stuff up as the supply chain manager. So while I'm talking, I can only do one thing at once. Let's just say that. Jan says, thanks. Yes, of course. I mean, the last thing we want is people, not getting their bikes and unhappy and things. We're not perfect. Sometimes stuff slips through the cracks. Yeah, if something isn't happening and you think it should, or there's some questions, we have a support group. I think it's support at flx.bike, and that goes into our support system, and we create tickets and all that. In this case, you don't need to. We'll go ahead on all these on this call. We'll follow all these up and we'll get back to you. So you don't have to go into the ticket system or anything like that. We'll just deal with them directly and get you guys some answers. So, I mean, we're getting to the point. I don't know how I see how many people are actually on this, but when I first started doing these, I think we had like 300 people on the call or something like that, and now it's down to a few dozens. I see 16. So, but that's a good sign. Hopefully, people start joining us and telling us all the great stuff that they're doing with their baby makers, and it's not just a where's my bike. That's important. We want to get you your bike, but the most important thing is that you guys are on your bike and enjoying your bike. But we'd love to have folks post up pictures and videos and all that, and hopefully at some point we kind of morph this into kind of baby maker community. What I did with my bike, this week, kind of thing. That would be a lot of fun because it's fun for us. I mean, uh, we're just moving. To us, it's numbers on a spreadsheet and all that, but it's really nice feedback when we see people who've posted stuff up on social media, and it's fun to share it with the other riders also. Okay, Marcus Fritz, maybe that helps to chase cross-flight shipment number. Oh, that's an old one. Okay, from July. Okay, so these were okay. I understand what's going on now. Okay, Marcus, I think I know this order. Again, it's a lot of numbers and a lot of names. I don't remember all of them, but we'll go back and we'll take a look at it. Thank you for the additional information. Troy, are you foamier? Are you Oh, I think you meant familiar with the Utopia carbon electric bike. No, sorry. There's some other electric bikes I'm familiar with, but that one I'm not familiar with. Um, can't help you there. But you got me curious. I will look it up. One of the things that I kind of drew me to FLX was that there are a lot of unattractive electric bikes out there. If you look at them, I mean, it looks like they got parts from AliExpress and, threw a battery on the down tube and a controller on the handlebar and a hub motor. And some of them look like no more, not a whole lot better than home built bikes. And when I first came in here and looked at the baby maker and, sleek design and really, my background is as a mechanical engineer, and I looked at it and it was like, you know what, this bike it's there's an old saying that the ultimate design is reached not when there's nothing left to add, but when there's nothing left to take away. And that was when I looked at the baby maker, I said, this is it. This is the boiled down essence of what an electric bike should be. And the rest of the bikes are that way too. If you look at them, they're nicely integrated bikes. They look good. They're an attractive bike that happens to be electric. And there's a lot of unattractive bikes out there. And maybe their performance is good. I don't know, but I know the performance on the FLX bikes is great. I've ridden them. You can see I've done some videos where I'm doing commutes from my home. Did one actually just last week. I left my house. It was about 40 degrees when I left the house. So we bundled up warm and rode the Gladiator back and forth from work in one day. And that'll be a video we'll be posting up of the new Gladiator too. And it's fantastic. And I ride them because I want to know, how they perform. I want to be able to sit up here and say, what, this bike works well. The prototypes, that was the prototype. The production will be very similar. When the step through prototype came in, I rode that. I want to make sure that I'm associated with a good product. That's one of the things that Rob does. He makes a good looking product that performs well. If you're going to spend money on an e-bike, and e-bikes aren't cheap, why don't you get something that you're not embarrassed to be seen on? And I mean, I look at our bikes and it's like, these are good looking bikes. I'm really proud to be associated with FLX. There's some other bikes that said they'd have to sneak up to the bike rack to find a parking space. Okay, let's get back. So got some more questions. I was killing time a little bit, guys, because I wanted to give you guys time to ask your questions and I'd kind of run out. So okay, are you foamy or foamier? Okay, someone's being cute. Yeah, I think familiar. Okay. Emerald Citizen, you're doing a great job going solo. Way to go, Superman. Thank you. I appreciate it. I truly do. I'm pinch hitting. The starter is not available, so I came off the bench. Rob will be back here probably in a couple weeks and straighten out all the mess I've made here. But I appreciate you guys being so kind. Can you discuss the upgrades to the 2.0? So you're talking Baby Maker 2. So a little, and I want to be really careful because I don't want to misspeak. Again, I'm not a technical guy, but I think the biggest difference is that we've slightly enlarged the down tube for the Baby Maker 2, and with the battery capacity is higher. And if I remember right, it's either 30%, 30, 40%. I could be wrong about that, but it is significant. The other changes are the standard model is gone. We make only the Pro models. We make fewer colors of the bike. We're going to only make 4 colors of the Baby Maker 2. And we only are going to have one handlebar configuration. Before, on the original, we had the drop bar and the bull bar. Now we're just going to go to a straight bar, and it has a slightly longer uh, um, gooseneck on it, just to stretch you out a little bit and make it a little bit more comfortable ride. Still 19 and 23-inch frames, though. And there's probably some other things that I'm forgetting, but off the top of my head, that's the difference. And I've ridden the Baby Maker 2, a very nice bike also. I mean, the Baby Maker 1's a nice bike too, but the 2 is, it's just like anything. You know, you look at cars, you look at, each year, each model, the cars get a little bit better. So the Baby Maker 2 is a little bit more refined than a Baby Maker 1. And that's how it goes. We get better and learn and improve the product with each iteration. That's true of the step through. The step through 2, step through was a nice bike. Step through 2, extremely nice bike, very comfortable bike. Same thing with the Gladiator. Gladiator was a hub motor, had a smaller battery. The Gladiator 2 has a larger battery, has a mid drive, much better bike. Again, each iteration, we're getting better with our products. Okay. OR, riding my bike in the snow here in New York. Okay. Uh, so I went to college. I grew up in Missoula, Montana, and went to college in Bozeman, Montana, where it snows a lot, a long time ago before there were electric bikes. And I am familiar with riding a bicycle in the snow. You got to be a hardy individual to do that. But, God bless you. Keep the wheels down and your head up. And that's just awesome. Love hearing it. Ray Wayno, my question is getting blocked or something. I asked it 3 times. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, Ray. I'm not seeing it. I don't see whatever question you're trying to post. I'm not blocking it. We're not blocking. I'm not sure what exactly is going on, but yeah, go to support and we'll get you an answer. Emerald Sidham, I believe Rob said 40%. That was my recollection. I'm just being conservative because again, I don't want to mislead anybody, but if that's what you remember, and I believe that's correct. So again, 40% more, Baby Maker riding time. So what could be better? Pete E, thanks for stepping up. Really appreciate the information. You guys have been very kind. I appreciate it. I'm doing my best. So when the company asks you to do something, you step up and give it your all. So if I've misstated anything, my apologies. But we will go through and we will research all the orders where people are asking about, and we'll get you responses on those. And that is all of the questions that you guys have. So I don't know where everybody is. I can see obviously people. I know some in the UK, Scotland, all that. Again, anytime any of you guys are in the San Diego area, and honestly, if you're planning a vacation, this is a pretty good place. February is a good time to come to San Diego, especially if you live in a cold part of the country. But all of our riders are always welcome. Come on in and see the line. We have bikes here available for evaluation, demo rides, and things like that, and meet the team. And we love it. We love it when riders come in, and a lot of local people will ride in, bring their bikes with them, show us their mods and all that stuff. And it really is a family. If you're not on the Facebook Baby Maker owners, I encourage you to do that and see what other people are doing. Some people just post some spectacular pictures of places they've ridden, pictures of bikes under the Eiffel Tower and things like that. It's awesome. It's so fun for us because we see these bikes and people post pictures from really all over the world with landmarks and the Sydney Opera House, things like that. It's so cool. It really is, and it wouldn't have existed if it weren't for the folks coming in doing crowdfunding and basically funding this whole effort. It's just awesome. It's fun to be a part of. Oh, Michael Boyd says, "Hi Troy, you skipped my question. My apologies, Michael. Let me. Oh, okay. Hi, Troy. I did. Okay. Hi, order 11873 to the UK. So far, haven't received anything. Am I close to the top of the list? Waiting patiently for my baby maker since June 2020. Michael, I will. Again, we're going to write all these down. We'll go back and do the research, and we'll get answers to all these. Unfortunately, I'm the guy who has to do the research, and I can only do one thing at once. So, but we will get you answers. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to miss your question. And again, if I miss it, Alyssa is writing all these down. So we will we'll get answers to all of these. Let's keep going down here. Emerald Citizen. By the way, the bike is built beautifully. I know some bikes maybe didn't measure up in the quantities that were built. That's bound to happen. Yes, it does happen. I mean, we do have high quality standards. We have a full time person doing QA in the factory in China, and of course we are contracted in Spain with a company that does. That's what they do, and they do have a good quality team. Sometimes stuff happens. Some of it may happen in shipping, and we do our very best to make sure the bikes have a high quality finish and high quality parts, and there's no problems. But if there is, let us know. But in general, the bikes are coming through really, really good. I mean, if you look at all the bikes we've built in Europe, we have about 30 bikes that have fallen out for quality reasons that we're trying to get new frames for and get those allocated. And that's out of 30 out of 1,800 bikes, something like that. Not bad. Not bad. Okay, let's see. Emerald says, I nearly got to speak to you last live. I got so excited when I got the message my bike was coming. I called the store. LOL. I think Ryan in customer support was running interference for you. Yeah, Ryan came to see me. So he Ryan does a great job for us, and in fact, all the folks do a great job on the rider support side. So, and you got so excited. Oh, good. You should get excited. And like I said, hopefully you're logging the miles. Michael Boyd says, no problems. Thanks. We will get back to you. Okay. Again, I can't do it here just because, kind of the logistics of being one guy who does that. But, unfortunately, both my interns are not here. They prioritized school over work, which they're supposed to do. So, but we'll get you answers on all of those. OR, are you thinking about making a carbon fiber frame and fork in the future? So I'm not sure if you're talking about for the baby maker or if you're talking about in general. So the answer is look at the weapon. Okay, so that is going to be the carbon fiber bike that we are currently working on. If you're asking if there's a carbon fiber baby maker in the future, I can't say. That may happen. It may not. It's we have competitors who are following us, and if you notice, and there are a lot of them are following us. There's a lot of companies that are trying to to knock off the baby maker, but I don't know why anybody'd want to buy a knockoff when you can get the original, because why would you do that? A copy is never as good as the original. But a baby carbon fiber frame and fork. Yeah, take a look at the well, it'd be carbon fiber frame for the weapon, because obviously it's going to have a shock on the front. If you're asking about the baby maker, stay tuned. It is the baby maker is a family. We are doing the baby maker too, and just like the Gladiator and the Step Through and others, there will be future generations of this product as it is refined and as we go forward. So stay with the FLX family. You're gonna like what you see. Let's see. Oh, he followed up. I talked so long he had time to write a response. Yeah, I was talking about Baby Maker Pro Carbon. Um, that could happen. There's a lot of things that we're looking at in terms of bike development. I can't go into all the specifics of it, and you also have to make choices. You can't go in all directions at once, because we have a lot of ideas. There's a lot of things that we would like to do, but you also have to focus your resources, because you don't want to turn out a whole bunch of different variants of bicycles and have them not be good. You want to focus your efforts. You want to make high quality, well-designed products. That's how the Baby Maker came about. And we're going to focus and turn out some really good stuff. And there's companies out there that just turn out all sorts of bikes, and none of them are very good, but they've got a full line of average products, and that's not going to be us. We're going to turn out, the highest quality stuff that is, again, well designed, good looking products. We're not a huge company. We don't have 100 engineers. We can go in all those directions at once, but we're looking at it. There's a lot of things that are always under consideration. When you do product development, you always have a portfolio of things that you're looking at and what the opportunities are. So again, stick with the FLX family, and I don't think you're going to be disappointed with the products that you see coming out over the next few years. Emerald Citizen. That reminds me, speaking of competition, there's another manufacturing that is using the Baby Maker as a comparison to their one. Um, you know, uh, I'll just, as a guy who lifts weights, I'll just say that every bodybuilder compares himself to Arnold Schwarzenegger, and the reason for that is because Arnold was the original, and that's what people do. And if you watch football, if you watch American football, every quarterback is compared to Tom Brady because he's the GOAT, the greatest of all time. So who else are they going to compare themselves to? And is their product as good? I don't know. Probably not. I doubt it. They copied ours, or they're trying to copy ours. But the fact of the matter is, the reason they do those comparisons is because they want their name in the same sentence with our name. Okay. I mean, that's how I feel about it. Rob may feel differently. He might chime in here pretty soon, tell me to shut up. But I mean, that's what a lot of people do. You see, budget cars in ads comparing themselves to luxury cars. That's because they're trying to build an association of the budget car with the luxury car. And so who are they going to compare themselves to? They're going to compare themselves to a product that was, getting the biggest crowdfunded, project ever, and has been enormously successful. And even with all of the pandemic stuff and all the rest of that stuff, we've delivered, thousands of bikes. So I don't blame them for comparing themselves to us, but again, they're just trying to get their name in the same sentence with ours, in my opinion. So, I would go with the guys who had the foresight and the wisdom to go out and actually develop the product, not somebody who had to copy it. Because, I mean, it's easy to try and copy, and I've seen them. I've seen these other ones, and you can see where they've cut corners. They weld their joints and they don't smooth them out. Or if you look at the geometry, they just don't look right. Maybe it's similar, but it's not the same thing. Okay, long-winded answer. By the way, I did email you, but I'm not sure if I addressed it properly. What is your FLX email? Yes, you did, Seamus. I got your email. You guessed my email. I'm not going to tell everybody what my email is, because and the reason is this, is that if I do that, everybody bypasses our support team, and all the emails come to me. And unfortunately, all it does is slow everything down, because then I send them back to support, and I'm kind of sorting through emails and things like that. So no offense, guys, but a specialization of labor. Okay, support does support. They bring the stuff to me that they can't deal with, but they can deal with a lot of it. So that's why. Thank you, Seamus. I did get your email, but no, I'm not going to put my email address out there. Or okay, cool. Thanks. Keep up the good work. Thank you. We will get you an answer on yours. Pete E, have you looked into hubless? Um, I I I don't recall that we have. They're yeah. I I'm going to defer on that one. I don't. I'm not going to make a comment about that. That's not an area that I know anything about. So you got me curious. I'll look at it, but I don't design them. But I am part of the team that looks at product evaluations and things like that. But um, yeah, I'm going to defer on that one. Good question, though. Sorry, I meant your official work address, not personal. I can address all inquiries to support. Yeah, no, you did. You found my work address, but yeah, please go to support. Seriously, you'll get a faster response from them because they can. There's a lot of stuff they can respond to without coming to me, and then they kind of sort through and bring the stuff that they can't answer. But I will get you. I think I actually did answer your question in this format because you were asking about that stuff, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was that email. Okay. No worries. All right. I got Emerald says that is you, Seamus, correct? All right. Well, I think I've answered all of them. Honestly, it's been a lot of fun having a discussion with you guys, and I appreciate you being patient with me. We'll get answers on these. Give us a little bit of time here. We have a few to go through, but we'll get you answers on all of these. Appreciate your ongoing interest. We're going to get everybody on their bikes and riding. The touring kits, as said, we've kind of updated you on where those are at. All that stuff is still in the works and moving. Um and again, if you don't have VAT and GST letters, again, hit up support and we'll clarify that. Okay, I think that's it. We're supposed to go for an hour, but I think we've pretty much run our course. Again, I thank you for training me on how to do this. And we'll get Rob back in here to straighten out all the things I've screwed up. So, but appreciate it, guys. Stay well, be safe on your bikes, and we will talk to you all again soon. All right. Take care. Bye bye.